Crawford Lake is one of those parks where it sees thousands of people visit each year. It's easy to see why Conservation Halton considers it the crown jewel of all their parks. We have the Iroquois Village right behind us. It's an archaeological site, and it's got great trails, easy trails to hike on. But what's the one thing that people pass by?
The historical significance of the lake itself. It's got its own story that is beyond the beauty of this site. The lake itself, if you dig deep, there's so much great information about this area and the significance of the layers in the bottom of the lake. And without going into too much detail, there's so much going on that enhances the experience once you become aware. And I thought I knew Crawford Lake. And so what's fascinating to me is I liked it just for the great views, but when you learn more of the significance, there's even a deeper connection to be had here.
The surface level stuff is great, but use your imagination and try to imagine what has happened here for, many, many, many centuries of people gathering by this lake, of the wildlife that's nearby. I mean, Mountsburg was an easy sell for me because of the animals and things. Yeah. But now as an adult and as a parent particularly, being able to pass on some of that cultural heritage that I've learned more about just being here and shooting the show, being able to pass that on to my kids, they're kind of seeing there's sort of I don't know what you would call it, like a golden lining to this park.
We're here at Crawford Lake, Chris and I. Crawford Lake is a meromictic lake, and we're hoping to meet up with some researchers that do some pretty fabulous studies here. We're awfully lucky to pick this day as the day to come to Crawford Lake. And we're going to take a little walk around, so we're hoping you want to join us and feel like you got out and saw some cool stuff today.
And this is also a great time to sort of come out and explore. I mean, Crawford Lake is open now for business, as are how many other parks? Six?
6 of the 7.
6 of the 7 parks are now open. So I'm sure lots of people are feeling pretty shut in. So it's the best opportunity to kind of get out, enjoy the outdoors, and it's totally safe. Everybody's distancing, and frankly, being on a trail, most hikers are really courteous of each other's space, so it's a good opportunity to go out and have a good time.
If you go around this way, there's one. Not the first one, but the second and the third one usually are good spots for seeing frogs and turtles back there, because it's usually more in the sun. And then the one that's directly on the other side of the lake, that'll be the second one you can see. That one, you got lots of reeds too, so usually they're hiding in there. So if you're looking for pictures, those are probably your better two.
Huh?
There are lots
You have
of
to look
fish
careful, and then you'll see there's lots of them.
Yeah, if you see those kind of gray
I see
circles.
one! Do you see one? Is it big or little?
I see 2, 3, 400.
Whoa.
And most of what you're seeing here are sunfish. So usually you can sort of see they like the sun.
We're at Crawford Lake, lakeside with Brenna Bartley, and we are finally open after COVID-19. It's a gorgeous day here, and Brenna works at Conservation Halton, and she's going to share with us some of the things that we might miss normally if we're just on a walk. Brenna's got some great insights. So Brenna, thanks for coming on air with us today.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about the beautiful aspects of the lake that people really like to enjoy, besides the little squirrel running behind you.
Oh my goodness. It's such a beautiful spot, and I think people with children in particular love coming to Crawford Lake because it's a great way to engage kids with wildlife.
Yeah.
You know, taking kids out into the woods has a lot of benefits for them physically and mentally, but helping them to understand that being out there can also be joyful is such a gift that you can give them that will last them their whole lives.
That's right. And especially after we've been closed down for so long, we got some energy to burn off, right?
Yeah. And that's what we're seeing is people are coming out weekdays, weekends, and with the new reservation system, they seem to feel really safe.
Tell me about that.
Well, it's very comfortable, right? People make a reservation at home using parkvisit.ca. It's very easy, and it makes for a completely touchless entry when you arrive. And then you've got 2 hours to come and enjoy the parks. You know whether or not, so it's rated based on whether or not you're going to find it not busy or busy. And when we say busy, we just mean that we're at capacity, not that it will feel busy on the trails.
Right, and that capacity is based on social distancing rules now in place, right?
Yes, so we have a 2-hour limit, and that's simply to make sure that everybody can come, because we've just found so many people want to get outside, and this makes it equitable so everybody can come and visit with us.
So what brought you here today? Is this a regular place that you go?
I love to come here. I always come here, and I just missed it during the COVID.
When it was closed?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough period.
Yeah.
Is this your first trip back out?
Yes.
Do you feel like coming back home?
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
And have you been here before?
No, this is the first time.
Oh,
Actually,
great.
my friends, is it okay? You feel boring with the house? Let me show you something you never seen before. So, yeah, I love it.
And
It's
did you
very nice.
expect something this special?
No, it's very nice. It's really nice.
The favorite part, there's a twisted tree that I'm gonna show him next. Okay, it's
Really?
a tree that I read about it. I saw it the first time. I fell in love with it, and I keep watching it every time I come, and I'll go and look at it. The tree itself is twisted. The way it grew, it's twisted, and apparently half of the tree was grown inside the rock, and the other half was in the soil. So the water was coming only from one side. This is why it was twisting. Part of it was growing, and the other wasn't.
Oh, neat.
So I'm gonna go there now after this.
Very cool. I'll
Yeah.
try and get pictures of it. Yeah. Tell me, we arrive here. What's the first thing that people notice that thrills them?
So once they find their way down to the lake, the first thing is it's just such a beautiful vista, right? It just like opens up, and everybody wants to come down and take a look at it. But what I find is that people don't always necessarily take time to look into the water.
Okay, so show me.
Yeah, so the water here in this lake, because it is very deep compared to its surface area, which is one of the reasons that it's so special.
Yeah, because it doesn't look very deep from here.
No, but when people look into the water, they'll see it drops off almost immediately, and it's got this gorgeous turquoise color this time of year. And then right at the edge of the lake, we can see fish in the water. So this is a great way to engage people, kids with nature, because it's something very relatable, right? They can come and see something that's alive and something that's wild, but in a very safe way. So
And very busy.
Oh yeah, it's like a soap opera in there. All kinds of
What am I
intrigue.
seeing?
So what we're seeing in here right now are sunfish, and they're building their nests. And I love the story of sunfish because it's the males that build their nests. So they use their tails and their fins to sweep away any debris on the bottom, and that creates their sort of little gravel circles.
Oh, I see the little circles.
Those are their nests.
So what else am I seeing?
So if you stand here long enough, and you're very lucky, we have a population of snapping turtles that live here. They're probably the most charismatic animal we've got in the park.
Why charismatic?
It's just they look like dinosaurs,
Yeah,
right?
they do.
And they're a very ancient species, so you are almost seeing a dinosaur.
Oh, they've got big long nails on them too.
Yeah.
Chris and I saw two earlier.
Yeah, and big old shells covered in algae. They lived quite a good age, and so they'll just very lazily swim right past.
So if I hang out, sorry to interrupt, but if I hang out here long enough, a turtle might pop up.
Yes, yeah, and they'll just swim by. They're just enjoying. They're the kind of top predator in our lake, so they're pretty relaxed. And they'll just swim right past. We do ask that people don't feed them. We know that sometimes people want to engage with the animals in that way, but it's not healthy for them, and we want them to do their job in the ecosystem. So we do ask that people maybe leave the food at home. But
Yeah, and a lot of our food can kill them.
make
Right.
them unhealthy or pollute the lake. But you know, even if you're just walking around the lake and the fish aren't visible, you still have birds that you'll be able to hear, and the plant life is constantly changing and evolving. So we love it when people come out multiple times, because every time you come, it's a slightly different story.
I love the quiet.
Yes.
If you just stop and listen, I mean, this to me is better than any yoga or meditation class that you could go to.
And that's an important point, because people don't always take the time to enjoy that, because we're always kind of on a schedule, and especially right now because we are seeing 2 hours.
Right, so let's get to the park, let's hurry and see everything, and let's get out of here as...
So, you know, just taking a moment to take a deep breath and just let yourself enjoy that quiet, because it's not something you find in an urban or suburban environment as much. And psychologically, they have proven that silence is something that is beneficial for most people. So being able to take advantage of that and enjoy it, I think most people find their shoulders will relax, come away from their ears.
The stress starts to fall away.
Yeah. But you do have to consciously take a moment to let yourself do that.